My Hebrew Israelite brothers and sisters, the 12 tribes of Israel scattered all over the earth. Welcome back. This is your Moray, Dr. Yeshua. Just want to take this moment, my brothers and my sisters, to say thank you again for your subscriptions. Thank you for your likes, your comments, and thank you most of all for your prayers. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for your prayers. And those of you who have sent a gift, I just want to say thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Again, I'm asking you to send me your email so that I can tell you thank you personally instead of putting it on the air. Alright? I'm not sure you want to hear your name on the air. Okay? Alright. I want to thank you so much. My brothers and sisters, we've been in Psalm 36 and we've completed verse 1, and in the last sessions we were dealing with verse 1, and we're talking about the wickedness of man, and that is for the first 4 verses in the in Psalm 36. So we're dealing with that part of it first, and then we'll go on to the goodness of Yahuwah in verse 5 on. But right now we're dealing with verse 2, the wickedness of man. Okay, all right. So here in verse 2, listen what the wicked person said. Okay, what the wicked person does. What he does. First of all, he flattereth himself in his eyes. In other words, he make himself big. I'm big, Hey, can you see me? I'm big. So in his own eyes, he's big. Excuse me. In his own eyes, he's big. And there seem like there's nothing, nothing can make him act any otherwise. He got to a point where he learned, he learned how, he learned how to humble himself. Okay, so there's no humility at all in this man and this person. So let me say this, my brothers and sisters, as a warning to our Hebrew Israelite people. If you have a narcissistic attitude, you need to get rid of it, or you need to bring it under control. Okay? You need to bring it under control, because all of us, we're born with what you call a certain trait, So some of us are phlegmatic, some sanguine, some melancholy, and some choleric, And Dr. Arnold from the National Christian Cancer Association, he came up with another part of the where he divides the sanguine into 2 and said there's a low part of it, and he called it this supine. Okay, and people are have that kind of traits, and we're born with it, and sometimes they can get out of control. But as Hebrew Israelite people, we need to bring them under control. Okay? And if we have that attitude where we're flattering ourselves in our own eyes, we need to cut it out. We need to cut it on, my brothers and sisters. It's not wholesome, it's not good. It's not holy either. we're going to bring destruction to you. So he does that until he'll continue to do that. He'll continue to flatter himself in his own eyes until his iniquity be found to be hateful. His iniquity is all kind of sinful habits and practices, wickedness, right? And all that are going to be found out. And when it comes to that point, he's going to show that this person who's acting the way he does or she does, or the people acting the way they do, is that they're hateful. They are hateful and they are racist. Excuse me. The word avon is the original word here. Iniquity. Iniquity. Guilt. Guilt. Punishment for iniquity. The word is ayin, vav, and nun. And my brothers and sisters, what it's talking about here, avon, is mean that this person is a guilty person. This person is punishment is sure. His punishment is sure. The fault, the iniquity, it does mischief. There's punishment of iniquity, my brothers and sisters. The sin. And let me give you 3 scriptures that you can write down if you have your pen and pencil, so you can go. I don't want to take the time to go over them now, but you write them down. 2 Kings chapter 7 verse 9. 2 Kings chapter 7 verse 9. And Psalm 51 verse 5. And also verse 7. So Psalm 51 verses 5 and 7. Okay, those are 3 scriptures for you to look at. Avon here, when we talk about avon here, we're dealing with adversary, adversity, perversity, iniquity, moral evil, faults, mischief. These are some of the things that come with wickedness. These are some of the things that come with wickedness. Because here, this person said, he said in his own heart, listen, until his iniquity be found out. His iniquity, my brothers and sisters, be found out. So this person, he fluttered himself in his own eyes. And then when his iniquity is found out, he's going to be found out to be hateful. And so we see what iniquity is there. Avon, his iniquity, is guilt, is punishment for iniquity. Yahuwah has a punishment for people who behave like that. So please, my brothers and sisters, if you in that category, you need to ask Yahuwah to change you and make you what he wants you to be. And he wants you to be a person of honor, person of love and have a love for Yahuwah and have a love for people. Praise his holy name. Praise his name. All right. So, in verse 3, this is what he said in verse 3. In verse 3, he said, the word of his mouth. We're talking about this wicked person, this wicked man. Right? We're talking about this wicked man. Listen to the word of his mouth. He said the word of his mouth are iniquity and deceit. You listen to these people as they talk. And I hate to keep going back on these politicians, but they're the worst, you know, kind of illustration I can find to, you know, to describe. And I'm a fact. I wouldn't say the worst, but they're the best illustration I can find to describe how people heart are wicked, and they'll go to the worst. They do the worst thing, you know, to get attention. He said the words of the mouth. The words of the mouth are iniquity and deceit. My brothers and sisters, those of us who come into a relationship with Yahweh, we don't have to hide anything. We change from death to life. You know, we're out there dying in sin and degradation. But when we come back to him, we return to him. You know, we have peace with him, right? We have favor with him. And guess what? Everything is at show. Our life, we give up all of the things that, you know, not conducive to holy living. We give them up. So what happened now? We have nothing to hide. Everything is open. Our lives are open books. My life is open book. I have nothing to hide. Okay? So look at the word here, because the word here is a speech. You're talking about a speech. The speech, the word, the speech. And the word here, my brothers and my sisters, is dabar. And it is dalet, bet, and resh, dabar. Dabar. And what is saying here, my brothers and my sisters, is that this word is dealing with the speech. You kind of stop that, you know, the speech. You know, when we're doing English, sometimes we used to call it direct speech and reported speech. A person says something, and you're going to quote them, you quote them directly, direct speech. A person says something and you want to summarize it or paraphrase it, you put it in reported speech. This is a part of writing. That's, you know, for those of you who have done writing, you'll know that. And so my brothers and sisters, here is this man, this wicked man. He acts a certain way. Advice, his affairs, the way he answers you, the way he answers people, the way he answers himself, you know, the kind of business that he does, you know, the implication, the matter, the thing, the cause, the, you know, the answer that he gave, you know. Sometimes you talk about the chronicles of his life or the commandments, you know. Sometimes When we talk about commandment, we're not talking about the commandment of Yahweh, because he doesn't believe in the commandment of Yahweh. His communication show that. His concern for others and the way he behaves, his counsel and all that, the dearth, you know, his decreed, the deeds, his, you know, all of these things. The effect of, you know, that you see, you know, going on in his life and around him, and the people that he has around him, and, you know, lying people, the all manner of lies, and the oracles, all of these different things, you know, all of the things that he does. Uncleanness, his mouth is filthy, speak evil against people, criticize, talk bad about people, but don't talk bad about him. He's not going to stand for that. Fight you back quickly. Retaliate if you say something bad about him, because as far as he's concerned, he's never wrong. Always right. My brothers and sisters, when you're always right, you're saying that you are the Almighty. That's what you're saying. And be sure that only one Almighty, and is Yahweh. And you who are acting like that is not Yahweh. So it's important for you to understand this. And very, very soon, my brothers and sisters, try to get it out of your mind that you are not Yahweh. So the word of his mouth, the word mouth here is the word pay. 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 As a matter of fact, it's one of the Hebrew consonants. Pay. And so here, this person, my brothers and sisters, the words of his mouth, you know, according to, as after the word of his mouth, whatever he said, you know, whatever is, you can even talk about what he eats, what he, you know, the edge, the end, you can talk about all of that, you know, by means, you know, use the mouth for all kind of things, right? Literally or figuratively. You can use the mouth, you know, for a lot of stuff, okay? You can give a command with the mouth. You can say good things with the mouth, you know. Sound speech can come out of the mouth, you know. All of this. Foul things can come out of the mouth. Wholesome thing can come out of the mouth. You know, you can use the mouth to sentence people. You can use the mouth to curse people. You can you can use the mouth to bless Yahweh. Which is the better? You can use your mouth to talk about the things of Yahweh. My brother and sister, but when you start using your mouth to talk about your own self, you're in jeopardy. You're in jeopardy. And so we are asking you, my brothers and sisters, that if you have any inclination of these things, and any of these things ever cross your mind, that's what you want to be, I'm going to encourage you to put them away. Put them aside, my brothers and my sisters, because they are not wholesome. They are not good. So praise be to Yahweh, my brothers and my sisters, that he has given us the opportunity to want to be his people and want to walk according to his ways. Want to walk according to his guidelines and his precepts, his commandments. Praise his holy name. He said the words of his mouth are iniquity. Oh my goodness, we talked about iniquity earlier. But the word iniquity here is the word aven. 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 And my brothers and sisters, aven here is Aleph, Vav, and Nun. And so the word here, my brothers and sisters, is saying here that trouble is not about sorrow. It's not about wickedness. How wicked can a wicked person be? How wicked can a wicked person be? He's so wicked. And so these are the things that describe him, that show who he really is. He's wicked. And here, nothing coming out of his mouth. Nothing good. And if he says something good, it's just flattering people. Right? Flattering people. Oh, I thank you for what you've done. But you know what? After I finish thanking them for what they done, they could go and die. You don't care. Last time we a joke, one of the politicians say, no, I don't care what you do up there in Iowa. Go and vote for me. You can die after that. Just vote. As cool as this, they don't care. And you know, many of the people follow and go there. I don't know if anybody die. I hope nobody die. But listen, my brothers, my sisters, he said, the words of his mouth are iniquity. The words of his mouth are iniquity. We're going to stop here because we're not going to have enough time to go through this segment. So we're going to stop here and we're going to come right back to this. Okay? So we're going to ask you, my brothers, my sisters, to be a blessing to someone today and walk with the King. Shalom.